there's two sides to it, right? I think, you know, being a Black woman and living in this country, you know, there were definitely, you know, aspects and parts of this season that I felt so deeply, and you know, interactions that I have experienced and had to, you know, have lived through. And so, you know, kind of trying to understand and like get in, you know, get in the mindset of that, you know, was difficult, but also I deeply understood it. And I think, you know, like you just said, the 60s was not that long ago. That was like our grandparents and our parents, you know, lifetime. And Ruby Bridges, the first Black girl to integrate an all-white school, just turned 65. Like, it's not. And I think a lot of people like to think that that was so long ago, and that those the struggles of that time, and the injustice of that time, and the violence of that time, and the systemic racism of that time, and you know, the 350 years before that, that's not relevant. And it's just so incorrect. And I think, you know, we're watching very similar scenarios and very similar violence play out on our screens, and on the internet, and on Instagram, and on Twitter, and we're inundated with that. And not much has changed, which is so heartbreaking and devastating. But I do think, in the 60s, I think the biggest difference between now and the 60s is I feel like this time, in this moment, this time, there's, you know, the world is on board in a way that I don't think it ever has been before. Just seeing the protests and seeing the marches, and, you know, and so hundreds of countries, is just really inspiring. So I think, hopefully our show is kind of shining a light on the fact that, you know, these are not problems of the past. They're very current issues.